NYC at Work logo. On a blue background sits an apple with a silhouette of a cityscape. Text reads, NYC at Work. Text below reads, it's what I can do that matters. Fade into shot of street, midday. An FDNY ambulance with flashing lights drives directly at the camera, and then, coming to a stop, the camera moves around the left side of the ambulance.
My name is David Kruysman. I'm a lieutenant with the New York City Fire Department, Station 39, East New York, Brooklyn.
Lieutenant David Kruysman, a tall white male with brown glasses and a light blue button-up FDNY uniform, walks into the frame to speak with another man with a similar build wearing an FDNY EMT uniform.
What we do, we render basic life support and advanced life support, which is EMTs and paramedics for emergency care and treatment and transportation to 911 receiving hospitals.
The EMT walks off screen to the back of the ambulance and pulls out a stretcher with another man wearing a paramedic uniform. Together, all three men walk with the stretcher up the curb toward a woman sitting down in front of a building. They assist her onto the stretcher, wheel her back to the ambulance, and put the woman on the stretcher into the back of the vehicle and drive away.
As lieutenant, I oversee and supervise the EMTs and paramedics assigned to the station, so people are delivering the proper care under the protocols that we operate by.
Shot of FDNY Station 39. David Kruysman enters the building through an open garage door in the front. Shot of David Kruysman sitting in an office speaking into a radio console. The camera tilts down to reveal that his left leg is prosthetic, decorated in American flags.
I am a below-knee left leg amputee. I was born with congenital birth defect. My lower leg was missing. My fingers on both hands were missing on both parts.
He holds his hands up. On his right hand, half an index and middle finger are missing, and more than half a ring finger and pinky on his left hand are missing. He sits at his desk reading a clipboard with his prosthetic leg detached. He puts the clipboard down and turns to insert his leg into the prosthetic.
Growing up, that never prohibited me from anything. It was get out there and do it. There was no you can't, figure it out and do it. And that was a driving force. It doesn't matter what you have or don't have, you can make up your mind to do something to make it happen.
As he fits into the prosthetic, he stands up and towers over the viewpoint of the camera. We follow him as he walks out of the office into the garage to speak with his team. Fade to black. Image of Lieutenant Kruysman in official uniform, smiling with his wife and children. Image of him standing in line with fellow people in uniform with their right hands in the air.
When I first applied for the fire department, missing the leg was huge. A lot of questions that came into play. Can this guy do anything? Can he do the physical end of it? And having one leg, it obviously stands out, and that was a risk factor. But when I went for the physical and proceeded to be one of the top guys passing the physical, things moved a little bit smoother.
The camera follows the lieutenant as he enters a storage room. He leans down toward a mini fridge and sorts through various bags with biohazard labels. Shot of David inspecting a row of batteries charging. Shot of him opening a locker, taking out a binder, and logging information.
I came into the fire department as a paramedic. Shortly after that, I became a hashtag paramedic, then followed by a rescue paramedic. I became promoted to lieutenant 2.5 years ago, and at this point, I've been a boss for 2.5 years. I love a challenge. Every opportunity is a challenge, and you get to where you're at, and you start getting the mental need to do more, and then it's time to step up and do more.
Shot of Lieutenant David Kruysman shaking hands with an EMT in front of the side of an open ambulance.
The job has been awesome. Everyone has been user-friendly. I've had issues with my leg since I've been on the job, and the job has always been very reasonable and accommodating. Speaking on behalf of everyone else that has some form of disability on the job, it's a great fit for everyone here.
Shot of ambulance driver slowly driving vehicle to the left of the camera as Lieutenant David Kruysman walks behind the vehicle, laughing until they both leave the frame. Shot from inside the garage as the ambulance drives away from the camera, leaving the garage, and David walks a few feet behind it.
The job has no limitations whatsoever, so hopefully this opens up more doors for other people to come in.
Lieutenant Kruysman sitting at his desk, working at his computer.
I enjoy what I do. It's very rewarding, but long term, I see myself doing more and better for others by stepping up in a higher level.
Shot of the bottom of David's prosthetic leg as the camera tilts up and stops on a patch that says 9/11 First Responders.
At work, it's what I can do that matters.
Fade to NYC at Work logo. Text fades over logo. To find out what you can do, visit us at nyc.gov/@work or dial 311. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter at NYC Disabilities. Produced by Jonathan Novick and Benjamin Rosloff. Special thanks to David Kruysman, FDNY, Station 39, East New York, Brooklyn, and Downtown Community Television Center. Music from AudioJungle.net. Victory by Neojo. Fade to New York City Mayor's Office for People with Disabilities logo.